Anyway,
But
I said, and I quote, Jason Tatum is the best pick for the Celtics, not only because of position, because he was the best player that won any. Let me stop.
you just stop.
DJ Khaled. Please, Khaled, don't pair me or compare me. Unless the said party is a rare breed. The stories I hear, they tend to mirror me. At this point now, rap is only therapy.
The NBA trade deadline, one of the most important dates in the NBA season, and this year it is on February 8th. This day has been a transformative day as any other day in NBA history. This is the same day where Pau Gasol was traded to the Lakers, and they would later on win 2 championships in 3 years because of it. This is the same day where Baron Davis was traded to the Clippers for a first-round draft pick. That draft pick turned out to be Kyrie Irving, and in turn made LeBron James return to Cleveland, winning a championship in 2016. And last year, DeMarcus Cousins was traded to the New Orleans Pelicans to create the best frontcourt duo in the league. And now this year, what about this year? What blockbuster trades could happen? And now I know y'all saw the title, and let's get right into it with Kemba Walker. Specifically, Kemba Walker going to the Denver Nuggets. A lot of people have been talking about the Spurs, and rightfully so. The Spurs seem to always be in any discussion about a late 20 star looking to win a championship because of their history. When, let's be real, the Spurs historically have always made trades and signed players based on fit and not need. Let that sink in. There is a clear difference. They could need a point guard, but the point guard may not fit what they do, so they might pass, and I think that may be the case with Kemba Walker. I also don't think San Antonio has enough to offer Charlotte anyways. However, a team that could be interested in Kemba Walker is the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets right now sit at the 9th seed, half a game back from the Clippers. Considering they lost Paul Millsap early in the season, they have been doing pretty good, and Jokic has been playing like a star. And I think the addition of Kemba Walker could secure them a playoff spot for this year, which is good since they have too much talent anyways to tank anytime soon. And this would also help with the logjam they have at the point guard position. Right now they have Jameer Nelson, Emmanuel Mudiay, and Jamal Murray running the 1, and I think a trade involving Mudiay, Murray, and Darrell Arthur could be very enticing for the Hornets. The Nuggets in turn could be a perennial playoff team for the next 3 to 4 years, assuming they can re-sign Kemba. And I don't think there are many playoff teams that need a point guard like Kemba anyways, aside from the Spurs like I mentioned, so I don't think the Nuggets should have a lot of trouble trying to re-sign him. Next up, we got DeMarcus Cousins. Now there's been a lot of boogie talk for the past couple of weeks because the Pelicans are in a very tough spot right now. See, the Pelicans are at the 7th seed right now, a game and a half behind from the 5th seed, and a game and a half away from being the 9th seed. That's a really great spot for a team basing their decision on their playoff hopes, right? That's a great situation to be in. And while I do think they'll be a playoff team if they keep Cousins, I still think that they should trade him. The Pelicans have no cap space to work with anytime soon. They have no valuable draft picks, and DeMarcus is on his last year. And while I really want them to trade AD for personal biased reasons, I think there's a better chance of that happening next year than this year. And I know, but be souls, they're gonna make the playoffs. Why would they trade Boogie Cousins? Alright, let's keep it a bean. How much will the Pelicans get better with their situation right now? This or next year may be their ceiling with this core. And if AD and Boogie's ceiling is a 5 to 6 seed being bounced in the first round, I think I'd rather trade Boogie and look forward instead with a 24-year-old Anthony Davis. And I think a good destination for DeMarcus will be the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we know why the Cavaliers would do this. They want to keep LeBron James, but are contemplating whether or not to give up the Nets pick. And if I were them, the only way I'd trade the Nets pick is if it's for someone who may actually take them over the edge against the Golden State Warriors. And DeMarcus Cousins may be that guy. If they could somehow include Kevin Love in the Nets pick in the trade, that would be very hard to pass on for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, is DeMarcus Cousins that guy that will take them over the top? I personally don't think so, but I'm just predicting what these teams may be thinking come the deadline. Next, we got DeAndre Jordan, possibly the most talked about star for the past couple of weeks in regards to the trade deadline. See, DeAndre Jordan is on his last year of his contract, and unless he picks up his player option, it seems like he's gonna leave the Clippers. I mean, it only took the Clippers to lock him up in the house the first time to force him to stay, and now that Chris Paul isn't there, and the franchise is as dysfunctional as it's ever been, it's gonna take a lot for DeAndre to stay, and I don't think the Clippers will pay that price. I see a lot of DeAndre and Lou Will to the Cavs, and I think the Cavs would have to give up the Nets pick to complete this trade, and to be honest, it makes sense. The Clippers look like they want to rebuild, and adding that Nets pick alongside of Tristan Thompson could be a pretty good place to start. The Cavs, on the other hand, are contemplating on going all in to try to keep LeBron, and while this may not fully put them over the top, at least they can tell LeBron, look, LeBron, we've given you everything and anything you can ask for. It's now up to you to get the job done. So yes, the Cavs are in position to make this trade or the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Will it convince LeBron to stay is the ultimate question that they have to answer. If they think so, I believe one of these deals will happen, and after that, time will tell whether or not they made the right decision. And as you can tell by this video, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers will be very active come trade deadline, and they're going to hear a lot of rumors about the Cavs because of their situation with LeBron and the answers they're trying to get from LeBron with these trade scenarios. But with that being said, I did only want to go over stars that I think have the highest chance of leaving this trade deadline. So no Paul George in this one, even though his name has been floating around in the rumor mill. I do think the Oklahoma City Thunder are doing well enough during the trade deadline period that they don't have to trade Paul George, and they might take a chance of re-signing him in free agency now. So I don't think Paul George is going to leave. But aside from that, let me know what you think about the whole situation and what trades you want to see happen. I am out. Peace.